I thought you were just a jerk, but you're a coward, too. And not only are you a bore, you're a sad, sad old wizard.
Oh, you just got told by Enid. Oh! Welcome to Character Dive, the show where I overthink animated characters both young and old with or without big legs. I'm a big OK K.O fan, so thanks to yet another viewer suggestion, let's talk about Enid. Everybody's favorite cool girl, Enid, runs the counter at Mr. Gar's bodega. Enid is the queen of not caring. She's rarely enthusiastic about most things, and she actively ignores her customers to their faces because why not? She's too cool for your problems, man. Or your patronage. Because of Enid's cold facade, people tend to get the wrong impression of her, and that impression is usually a bad one. However, other characters such as K.O tend to bring out Enid's nicer sides, and despite how much she doesn't care about things, she's actually the most responsible out of the bodega trio. Regardless of how anyone feels about the big leg ninja, she doesn't care either way. At least when it comes to what people she doesn't like think about her. Now when it comes to her close friends and family, Enid does care about what they think. She was so worried about her parents finding out that she was into ninjutsu for a long time, she was pretending to be into spooky things. And she only let that cat out of the bag so that she could save Rad and K.O. And if not for that moment, she probably would have taken that secret to her grave just to keep from disappointing her parents, who may or may not be a natural vampire or werewolf because Enid exhibits none of those traits and is classified as human, but that's a theory for another time. She was deeply hurt by how Rad more or less broke her heart back during their first date, and still carried those feelings late into her teens. Back when she first started working at the bodega, she was super eager to please everyone. At the same time, she has a bit of an identity issue. On one hand, she's struggling with the desire to become a great ninja despite her parents' disdain for it. Although currently, I guess we can consider that problem fixed thanks to the current episodes, but the other half of her problem is her personality. Enid is stated by the wiki to be acting cool, which was first confirmed in the show by Dindy. But this is why I say her identity crisis has two parts to it. If one part is her hiding her desire to become a ninja, then I think the other part has to be her personality. Enid's greatest fear is her dorky, shy former self. When Enid was a kid, she was very shy and lacked a lot of confidence.
Oh, and can I say that it is the coolest and cutest thing that Enid is literally a reference to Hinata from Naruto?
Enid had two key events that happened to her shy former self. And both of these events affected her greatly. Rad, her crush at the time, treated her like dirt and broke her heart, as well as made fun of her dreams. Elodie, her first best friend ever, stabbed her in the back and spat on their friendship. This is 2 times that shy little Enid got messed over. This is something that never would have happened to the cool Enid we see today, because she would have already had her emotional barrier up to protect her. The entire reason that Enid has this cool facade is because of these two. It's there to protect herself from more pain.
If you don't care, you'll never be disappointed.
Enid believes that if she can force herself to not care about things, it will keep her from getting hurt again. But K.O easily sees that Enid does care. Enough to cry. But that's just what I think. I could be totally wrong. Anyway, back to facts. Just because Enid is a chill girl doesn't mean that Enid never gets mad. Enid has a bit of an angry side. When Enid is ticked, everyone is in danger. She can even get physical at times, so it's really best to avoid her. K.O seems to have a knack for calming her down during these rage fits though. At the same time, Enid's sweet and caring side always comes out whenever she's with K.O, and it's really my favorite part of the show. That and the scenes with Carol, but if you ever need proof of Enid's true self, you only need to pull up a scene with her and K.O together.
Huh.
See? Helping people feels good, right?
Alright. I guess it feels a little good.
Yay! I helped Enid!
K.O, you're a little nut.
Enid, now he just thinks you're a mean teen again.
Oh, it's whatever, man. It's like I said yesterday. Some people are just never gonna get me. And even if they do, not everyone's gonna get me like you.
I get you. I get Enid. I knew it!
Yeah, don't rub it in.
I get Enid!
Enid is a ninja, and her powers and abilities mostly reflect that. So she has the usual speed, agility, and so on, combined with powerful kicks from her massive legs, and you have a powerful package. Enid's most recognizable move, and sometimes the most comedic, is her body replacement technique that just oozes Naruto influence, and I love that. Just like in Naruto, she can use this technique to avoid damage, as well as straight up transport herself to different locations. She has gotten the better of many opponents with this single move. She can also make clones of herself to confuse her opponents. The clones are in theory made from more logs. This technique helped her get the upper hand on Elodie in their rematch, along with the big purple smokescreen move. She can also summon leaves to do various tasks, as well as shadow traps that constrict people, which is yet another Naruto reference. Lastly, she has what the wiki calls the Finger Tornado, which the name threw me off because I couldn't remember a single time where she made a finger tornado, but it turns out it's just this move here where she makes a giant shadow that then happens to turn into a tornado. I think this move needs to be renamed or something. I mean, it seems like a variation of her shadow trap technique, which means that it's not too far-fetched to say that Enid has greater shadow manipulation than the show has displayed so far. Run-on sentence. Point being, who's to say she can't create a giant shadow and unleash it onto her foes? If she has done that, please forgive me, I'm a little behind on episodes. Fun fact, Enid's ponytail is held together by a rope dart. Now that's functional fashion. Now, all OK K.O heroes have a power move, and Enid's comes in the form of a flaming foot technique known as the Power Foot Fastball. I might need to re-google that. Regardless, you've seen it in action a lot. Now, when it comes to powers and fighting ability, Enid ranks pretty high in her age group. With a POW card level of 3, she's the highest ranked at Gar's store, underneath Gar of course, and she's actually capable of beating heroes that are far stronger than she is. However, that doesn't mean that she can automatically take heroes like Rad in a fight, but despite Rad being physically stronger than her, Enid has outperformed him multiple times due to her knack for strategic thinking and quick reflexes. In her rematch with that bitch Elodie, Enid managed to overwhelm her with a combination of her smokescreen and clone techniques before one-shotting her with a kick to the face. And I'm just gonna throw this in here, just in case anyone thinks I'm being too hard on Elodie. For what it's worth, I love her character back when she was a kid. She's like the perfect friend match for Enid. They balance each other out in a way. One shy and reserved, the other's confident and upbeat. I just hate what she became, but I'm supposed to. That's how it's written. At the same time, I think what happened to Elodie was that the fame immediately went to her head once she won the tournament. In present day, it's too late to turn back, so she just kind of rolls with it. That's just my opinion. Back on track! She managed to successfully evade TKO during his onslaught on the bodega until she was able to get a hold of his mother, and you already know that TKO can pretty much one-shot anybody. Poor Rad. He didn't deserve this. There's one more power she has, but I kinda chalk it up to comedy, and since it's from the shorts, the canonicity of it comes into question, but Enid once stole the souls of everyone in the bodega, both employee and customer, all in a fit of rage. She gave them back, though. Well, she gave KO's back.
So, can I have my soul back?
Well, I'm back on the clock. Later, dude.
All in all, I think that's about it. Enid is an awesome character with a cool outer shell and a soft inner core. She's more multidimensional than she'd like you to believe, but in reality, she's a dedicated and skillful ninja, a responsible person, and a great friend. She can get a little scary at times and a little reserved, but at her core, she's a trustworthy friend that won't leave you hanging. And even if her cool aura is just a facade, she's still one of the coolest characters to me. So that was my video on Enid. Hopefully my thoughts made sense and entertained you in some way. The scripting for this video was a little trickier than I thought it would be, mostly when it came to her personality and powers. Combining my knowledge of the show with the wikis doesn't work due to a lot of issues, but that's not really shocking and I won't bore you with the details. Anyway, I'd love to do a video on Elodie at some point, but that won't be until she makes her return. Need more info. Also, I'm behind by a lot of episodes, so let me know if she's already returned or something, or when she returns. Regardless, I think her character is a really good one. Interesting. I won't be doing one on KO anytime soon for a similar reason. If I do a character dive on KO too early, I risk the chance of missing out on some important character information that hasn't been revealed yet. And the same thing kind of goes for Carol at the moment. Unless they finally talked about that sandwich flashback. God, I'm so behind! I mean, I could do one on her now and then follow up with like a part 2 video later on, but So until then, I'll be moving on to my next My Little Pony character dive. So if you think there's a character in OK K.O that deserves a character dive, let me know. Or suggest a character from any other series for me to do, and if I like the suggestion, I might do it at some point. Oh, one more thing. If you like these character dive videos, can I ask a favor? Can I ask you to share it around, please? Anyway, I appreciate the help in advance if you do share it. So, without further ado, my name is Cap, your inappropriate host, and this has been a Character Dive. Thank you.